Jose's forehead was filled with sweat, and he bowed deeply to Wilbur. "Young man, I admit that I was boasting earlier. Please forgive me." "That's right. Please spare us and show mercy," Mike piped up as well. Wilbur's expression darkened, and he turned to look at Mike. "Show you mercy? I don't remember you being merciful earlier." Mike's expression turned ugly from his anger, unable to say anything else. Jose knew he had messed up, but those words he said earlier were merely a boast. He was not going to end himself just like that. He looked at Wilbur with an apologetic expression. "It's my fault for not knowing my items, young man. I'm sorry. I'm willing to compensate you $10 million in exchange for your forgiveness." Wilbur smiled. Of course, he was not going to make Jose take his own life over such a trivial matter. However, the $10,000 was another matter. After all, the two had been quite rude to him earlier. Wilbur wet his finger with the tea from John's teacup, then wrote down his account numbers on the table. "Very well. I'll take you up on that offer." After saying that, he got up and left. Just then, Jose let out a long sigh. He memorized the number in his head as he fumed. "Motherfucker, you really screwed me over this time, Duran Harin. I'm going to get you for sure." Upon speaking, he first transferred the money over to Wilbur's account before saying to Mike, "My apologies, Mr. Cannon. Let me take care of Duran, and I'll return to Seachertown and provide you with a proper settlement. Please rest assured." Mike could only nod as Jose laughed furiously. That man had really embarrassed him big time. Not long after Jose had left, Faye came down to the main hall with a man and a woman from earlier. Faye glanced at the empty hall and said, "Mr. Cannon, wasn't there going to be an auction?" "Where'd everyone go?" "It has ended," Mike said, embarrassed. Faye shrugged, nodding her head. "I'll be going too, then." Upon speaking, Faye turned and left. Wilbur was already waiting for her in the car when she got outside. Faye got in the car. "Why are you out here?" "I had some food and watched a good show. There wasn't much else after that, so I just left," Wilbur said, driving home. It was already past 9, and the pair chatted idly. All of a sudden, a figure seemed to appear out of nowhere, walking across the road as if blind to the car. Wilbur braked sharply, and the car halted at once. However, the person was still hit. Wilbur cursed under his breath, and the pair got out of the car hurriedly to take a closer look. All that could be seen was a girl who looked to be in her 20s. She was dressed in pajamas, lying in front of the car barefoot, with a hollow expression. Wilbur hurriedly checked her for any injuries. Aside from her kneecaps being slightly swollen, she was thankfully unharmed. "Are you all right? Do I need to send you to the hospital?" Faye asked. The girl shook her head slowly, her eyes teary. Faye looked at Wilbur, slightly perplexed by the situation. Wilbur frowned. "I think we should still take you there in case anything happens." He had actually used his spirit energy to inspect the girl's whole body, and it was nothing serious. He was certain that the girl had run into some kind of trouble, and that was why she was in this state despite not being very hurt by the car. However, the girl refused to speak, only shaking her head slowly with a lifeless expression on her face. Wilbur frowned. "Let's take her back for now. She seems to have something on her mind. We can talk tomorrow after she's gotten some rest for the night." Faye nodded, then helped the girl into the car before driving back to Castlebury. Faye helped the girl onto the couch before making her a cup of tea. "Young lady, what happened to you? How did you end up like this?"